What I'm trying to tell you is I'm hoping that it is not attributed to malice and just stupidity. That they've kind of learned, but not enough. And this is the part that I want to just kind of like give a little hope to. Plus give a few tips, because there's something else that I think Infold and actually, and I'm going to bring this back to my discussion of what you can do as a consumer. And then I'm looking at you, PlayStation and Xbox and all this other shit that's happening in the games industry. Like, how you can still, my Valkyries, which I love that name, how you can still carry on the fight by A, protecting yourself, and B, not falling into the trap that I swear to God Infold is praying we all fall into right now.
Well, so many companies pray that we do, but
that so many companies are going
right
to fall.
Now.
I want to be real clear. The message has been sent to Infold. Infold knows how the community feels. That part is done. And this is the part where I wanted to talk a little bit about the revenue numbers, which is pretty wild. Like during the Infinity Nikki thing, by the way, Infold blocked the term boycott. They'd made a lot of mistakes, guys, a ton of mistakes.
Oh, God, they did.
They did. And like, you couldn't say boycott. You couldn't say I'm not doing this, that, and everything else. So that's what started the Infinity Nikki girl cot. That's where that came from. So they're like used to this. They went and did a terrible job on the Nikki part. But shout out to boycotters from the tanking the revenue. And this is month over month. And I'm talking from June to July. I will pull up the numbers from May as well. But Lads dropped 15 spots from number 1 and gave Hoyoverse its triple crown, I think, for the first time ever.
Woohoo!
Yes.
For Hoyoverse, not
for Hoyoverse. In July, it is estimated that, oh my God, Lads made $10.3 million. In June, it made $38.3 million. In May, it made $48.9 million. That is a hell of a downward trend. That is the worst month for Love and Deepspace. I can guarantee in the past year, I believe, in the history of its launch. So, yeah, message fucking sent.
Like, good job, ladies.
Good job. So, like, the global revenue dropped 51% month over month. The Chinese revenue dropped about 80%. Japanese revenue dropped about 47%. And that's nuts. Well done. And the downloads, what is surprising is the Korean downloads actually went up. But global has stayed static. Japan went down and China went down 28%. So it has absolutely affected them in their app stores, and it has affected them in revenue. So that, like, the message has been sent verbally and via revenue, and y'all should fucking pat yourselves on the back. Well done. The next thing I want to talk about is, oh my God, the walls of hashtags. So there's been a lot of discussion, and I'm going to talk about it too, just kind of from we're a small content creator team, but like, we see it on our messages, we see it on other people's, we see it in the Reddit, we see all this other stuff. Message fatigue is a thing, and you need to be very aware of it. And I want to give you 2 tips as a marketing person. And, you know, this goes out to anyone who's running a boycott or a protest or anything. Hashtag walls don't get suppressed. They get weaponized. And this is what I want to talk about, is a block of repeated hashtags with no real comment or content attached to it gets algorithmically deprioritized by the algorithm. I'm going to talk about, when I say the algorithm, think YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that. In reality, over 2 hashtags doesn't really do you any good. The max number of hashtags on any post or comment on Instagram statistically is 5. Max 5. So that's first, if you want a good outcome. Secondly, when you go into a video, And I'm taking this outside of Infold, but use this against them as well. And I'll explain what I mean by use this against them.
Take it to the man.
Take it to the man is when you, like, for example, this video is going to be fine, but like Mama's video of Xavier that came out today, if you suddenly go back and put a whole wall of bring back Valko hashtags, what ends up happening is, one, the comment is deemed irrelevant and deprioritized by YouTube. Two, the next thing that happens is because the content of the video, so this is called signaling. And this is A, what AI companies use, and B, what algorithms use. The YouTube algorithm is reading the video content that comes out, and lots of companies do, and that's why they can say this is about Love and Deepspace, this is a podcast, this is about Xavier, this is about XYZ. And they can put in tons of signals. If suddenly you have a bunch of comments that don't match the proper signals, it then also deprioritizes a creator's video. And while that sucks for us as the creator, what really sucks is that means the creator has to go and delete your comment, which is the worst thing that can happen to you, because now you have no message. And the reason they have to delete it is because you have just messed up their algorithm. And it's like the worst thing that they can do. A good trick, and this is my trick for Infold as well, you could look at whatever this fucking timestamp is and be like, Nikki makes a great or shitty point about the Valko boycott at this thing, or shut up, Nikki, or hey, good job, buddy, I do read all your comments. And then add your 2 hashtags. And then you've just gotten free content out of me. Clip it, use it, share it, do whatever you need to do with it. Pop it. So you've gotten free content, and B, you have gotten a post that now does not go down, does not get deprioritized by the algorithm, cannot be deprioritized by the content creator as well, because it's, quote, relevant. That is, you can stretch that term. And so, like, for example, the new Caleb video that came out, if you were to go to the YouTube video and be like, hey, so instead of releasing Valko, you've decided to do a Caleb update. Can you explain why? Hashtag bring back Valko. That doesn't get deprioritized. They can't. You made a legitimate comment. And if they start dinging your comments, well, then you can ding them in other ways. Ha 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 ha. So keep that in mind. And one of the other things I want to talk about is message fatigue. This was something we talked about actually in the Discord server. A lot of our Discord members have said it, is that they're like, I'm just kind of tired of it. And this is exactly the thing Infold wants right now. We are at a critical stage where Infold, any corporation, by the way, not just Infold, at the 4 to 6 week mark is usually when, and when I say usually, it has actually been defined as the boomerang effect, is what it's called. At the 4 to 6 week mark, the community starts to eat itself. It becomes an Ouroboros. This isn't people get bored. It's that repeated exposure to the same message measurably increases resistance. It just does. People get more likely to push back, specifically because they feel talked at, that you're talking at them, not helping, not doing anything, not less. And that is what the boomerang effect is. It's a persuasion attempt that produces the opposite of its intended reaction, because the audience feels their freedom to decide for themselves as being threatened, and you're giving away the autonomy to enjoy content, or that I have to do this or do that. This has been documented since 1966. This is something that happens all the time. It is something that marketers rely on. This is why we're constantly optimizing and changing things. So it's the same mechanism as review bombing, but like gone wrong. Platforms and audiences start to filter out obvious repetition and noise. And while it is one thing to have like repeated hashtags, that's okay. Like, use a hashtag. That's how you unite people. But the message and the content has to be different, or people are just going to tune your ass out. So instead of creating allies or people who might be on the fence, like, gentle reminder, know your audience. People who do not care about this are never going to care about it. Do not convert them. Do not talk to them. Do not waste your time. Like, don't. Just fucking let it go. Elsa that shit. But the people who are kind of on the fence, that have the potential to be your ally, or at least like give a thumbs up to a comment, you absolutely do not want to alienate them. Message fatigue backfiring has been happening for a long time. The most recent meta-analysis that I could find was from 2024 in communication research. It found that this repeated and fatiguing messaging is linked to unintended outcomes. People become more resistant and less likely to act. And that is what the company is relying on, is that this just dies. That like, yeah, sure, great, you have this core group of people, but you're kind of now at the stage where the core group did a really good job. Now we need to kind of hold the line. And holding the line doesn't mean necessarily converting everyone, but it means making sure that they are your allies when you need them most. Okay. Repetition drives people away. Now, boycotts have a documented life cycle, and companies are fucking betting on it because the pattern is a heat up phase driven by outrage, right? That was the month. That's what's happening now. It's also gonna probably, every time a new card drops, and I'm gonna say it again, I don't think Caleb got scapegoated. I think whoever was gonna drop next got it. It sucks. I'm sorry, it's Caleb buddies. I'm sorry, my Apple girlies. But then there's a cool down phase that, that outrage just naturally fades over the weeks. And again, I'm not talking about people on one end of the spectrum or the other end of the spectrum. The people who are always hottest, as we call them, are the people who are going to continue to do this. They're going to continue to be loud. But what the company is working and betting on is that of that 100 people, the 20, it's like whales, guys. 90% of people are going to stop caring. 9% are going to kind of hang out. And it's 1% that's actually driving the voice. And that's on both sides. You want to make sure that you can continue to capture within that 9 and 90%. So if what you're posting today looks identical to what you posted in week 1, that's not sustained pressure. That is a visible countdown clock, and the company can read it too. So that 4 to 6 week point that we are in right now has a name. It's pretty cool. I mean, not cool, but you know what I mean. Science is cool. It's called the Vanishing Boycott Impetus, or why and how consumer participation in a boycott decreases over time. There's a whole study on it, and I'm just going to sum it up for you. Basically, after you're driven by outrage, the cool down phase where participation drops as the initial anger fades, companies bet on fatigue. It's documented. It is replicated. Make sure that what you are posting, A, is not a repeat of what you have been posting because you're losing allies to this vanishing boycott. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So what's the fix? It's kind of what I talked about. Turn on your marketing brain. Put a real comment or a real question. Again, use this timestamp as an example, whatever. And just put 2 hashtags. You don't have to agree with anyone. You don't have to do any of that. Just fine tune your messaging a little bit. This does 3 things a hashtag wall can't. It reads as real, so it survives moderation. And I'm going to talk about why that is important in one moment. It gives like a creator or Infold or whatever something worth responding to, because now if you leave me a comment, I'm going to come back and respond to you about it. I can't respond to a wall of hashtags. I mean, I could just be like, yay, hashtag, and then it doesn't go anywhere. So when we can respond with relevance to help support you, we can. And we don't have to delete it, because sadly, we don't want to delete anything, but sometimes we have to. And it then becomes a piece of content you can use for that messaging diversification. So yay, wins all around. Same thing, like I said, works on Infold's channel.